Barcelona wins the Joan Gamper Trophy, and man, Hansi Flick does not sleep. He already made adjustments to his tactics as well as the challenges that Barcelona had last season tactically in order to make us play better, and it's going to be very interesting to see that. Just know that we're going to make two videos, one of the first half and one of the second half, because I kind of want to focus on our new signings as well. As always, do subscribe to the channel if you want to see Barcelona content and tactical content in general. Anyway, let's start the video. Contrary to the typical 4-2-3-1 that you see from Hansi Flick, Barcelona kind of had like a flat 4-3-3 situation going on, where you would see Rafinha tucked into the half space here next to the striker, and Espart as well as Rafinha would come into these areas in order to drop onto the ball and receive the ball and then turn into the space where they would run into here. Now I want you to sit back and enjoy the cinema. You see this problem that Barca constantly have with Lamine Yamal being double teamed? Hansi Flick is going to solve this with one thing: a pass into the half space for Fermin Lopez. And if they can execute this well, I could see a 30 GA goals and assists season for Fermin Lopez, because the runs that he make when that ball goes to Lamine Yamal is just going to be phenomenal. And it also seems like Hansi Flick is going to bring in some Barca style, where Fermin is going to drop into these areas to receive the ball. Lamine is then going to invert, where this player is going to be into, should I press Fermin Lopez and or should I follow Jules Koundé? So this rotations is also going to unlock Lamine in a serious way, where the striker is going to run to make space. And you saw that constantly throughout this game, where Lamine Yamal was going and darting into the half space, and it's going to be so much easier and so much closer for him to be close to the goal, because normally he would go into these areas and then dribble from here. No, Hansi Flick wants Yamal to be in this area to curve the ball into the far corner. There is a few notable consistencies when we see this tactic executed, with Rafinha coming into the half space kind of like next to the striker in order to keep the back line more closer, right? And you can see Espart and Bernal kind of like being in that same half space type of line. This opens up Fermin because the team has to cover that options, and the pass that he receives in this area right here is going to leave Lamine Yamal in one-on-one situations. Like I explained earlier, if this player doesn't cover Lamine, then Fermin can just simply just run straight through that half space right there. And even the switch, you know, the Fermin receiving and then Yamal receiving on the touchline, right? Or Yamal could even just get a ball through from Fermin Lopez. And there is so many options that can happen from this. When the manager of Ahly saw that Fermin was getting so much space, he tasked his double pivot or his defensive midfielder in order to come and mark Fermin here. But that just opened up space for the pass. And in the bigger games, or in the more better players like your Rodri's, your Pedri's, they are going to be the ones that's receiving the ball here. And Fermin just going to make those darting runs, and this is just going to activate verticality for Hansi Flick on a whole nother level. Flick is trying to do things like whatever the opposition do is going to be, either way is going to be equally more dangerous and equally dangerous for them. This frame right here perfectly illustrates how game-changing this tactic could be for Barcelona, because Bernal could receive the ball here in complete open space. We of course see that Eric Garcia chose the option of Eric Garcia in behind, but the option to Lamine Yamal is equally as dangerous. So this is what Barcelona is doing, and look at the fullback that's supposed to mark Yamal. He doesn't know do I go with Fermin or do I stay with Yamal? The same thing with the midfielder in front of him. He doesn't know. He's not even marking anyone. It will be interesting to see how this would work against more midfielders. I want to apologize beforehand because I'm gonna rip into Alejandro Balde for a second here. I'm sorry, but I don't think he's Barca level at all. I don't think he's Barca level at all. How many times did Gerard Martin in this first half receive the ball in the half space and he did not make a run down here? Even when Espart is dropping off and you could see Balde, there was times that this fullback wasn't even looking at Balde because he knew he was not going to take those runs. No wonder Joao Cancelo has been signed. Everybody is improving except Alejandro Balde. And he would be so dangerous if he would simply just run in these areas, cross the ball, and even score himself. Like, although the right-hand side of Barcelona is going to be super dangerous this season, I don't see any improvement unless Joao Cancelo is playing there, right? There were so many situations where Balde could receive the ball, but then the ball just go through the half space for Rafinha and the ball went dead. Like, Balde needs to improve. I mean, Gerard Martin is even improving. Fermin is going to be a beast this season. Like, what is going on with Balde? You know how frustrating it was to see him just look so out of place and out of balance, where he's not running into that space, attacking that space behind the fullback. I mean, this guy wasn't even looking at him. Come on. Are you crazy, Balde? What's going on? Like, he's just standing there out of place, not running in behind at all. On the defensive side of things, there wasn't much change because we did see Rafinha press on his side rather than in the middle right here. And then you did see Hamza pressing the centre back and the goalkeeper, with Lamine Yamal pressing onto the centre backs. We did see that Eric Garcia did pick up the press, even if it was in the midfield or wherever he had to. But what was interesting was the fact that even when Balde went forward, Gerard Martin was very comfortable defending in those areas where Eric Garcia and Koundé, being natural centre backs, they were actually on board here. Same thing to the other side as well. Koundé being so comfortable defending because he has been playing right back, you could just see the switch as well. With Gerard Martin also now being comfortable on the ball. And I don't think Barcelona will buy a centre back to start, because I do think that Flick, the only thing we need is height. That's the only thing we need is height, and we have to drop our high line a little bit. Stay tuned for the second half, as I will be dropping another video specifically focusing on the new signings and maybe some new tactics that we have seen from Hansi Flick. As always, do subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more Barcelona content, please do subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot to get us back to where we were. Thank you.